Okay guys, so today is the day that I'm going to get my new SpeedTech strobe light on the back rack. So I got to remove that 42-inch light bar that I got up there. I actually made some custom angle brackets because it's mounted there where it's angled, so I had to make a little angle bracket. But I'll have to pull that all off and get it ready for the new strobe. Okay, so I got my light bar off. This is actually Oxbeam's C3 light bar. I don't know if they still make it or not, but it's a really good light bar. To find something for that to do. But I was going to mount my STL strobe light on my back rack, but I just kind of set it up there, kind of see what was going on, and I think I'm going to mount it to the cab of the truck instead of my back rack. It's a really wide, it's a pretty wide light, and my back rack isn't that wide, so I had a smaller strobe light up here at one time, but this thing is pretty wide. So I think I'm just going to set it right there on the roof of the truck. And then I think I'm going to run this wiring just like I did with the other light I had up there. I'm going to run it through my third brake light. I actually sealed it up. Wish I would have done this when I had everything tore apart, but now I got to tear everything apart again. It ain't too bad, but I think up here it's gonna be a better location. It does bring it up a little higher because this bar is not quite as high as the roof. So it's going to bring it up a little higher, so it's going to make seeing it from the front a little better. And then I'll be able to leave my side lights here. Because if the light was right here, the side light would kind of block some of it. But being it's up here and over off to the side, it's going to be less likely to block the light. So I think this is going to be a better spot for it. It's going to be a little easier too. I ain't going to have to drill into my back rack there. And if the back rack's got to come off, I ain't got to take my strobe light off either. If something happens or if it changed things up. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to, I guess, start tearing my brake light off, and I'll have to go in the interior, tear everything apart, and run all this wiring for the light. Okay, guys, so I got her all buttoned up. The bar is wired up, and I think it's gonna work out really good. I think you're gonna be able to see it from all angles really well. See it there, even you know, right here, few feet behind the truck, I can see it just fine. So let's turn this thing on. Okay guys, so I got this kind of James Bond style, just like I did my last LED light. Up here in the center, my overhead center console, got the sunglass compartment gutted out, and I got my switch in there, so I just hit the button and there it is, it's on. Quick, easy, nice and hidden. So I've got all my wiring hidden in the headliner. So you're not going to see any wiring going to this overhead console. Just like I did my other light that I had. I'm waiting for some LED lights to upgrade my dome light. That's why it's not installed. But yeah, I think that's a really neat place to install the controller. I like it. Nice and out of the way. But anyway, we'll take a look at this thing. I got it turned on, and I'll show you what it looks like. So there should be on, guys. This light bar is so awesome. That thing puts out some light. Like I said, I'm a few feet from the truck, from the back of the truck. Can see it easily. You know, the farther you go back, the easier you're going to be able to see that. You can see it from all angles. Front here, you got to go back a little ways to be able to see it because it's all the way on the back side of the cab, but I like it, guys. I think it's gonna work out awesome. Okay guys, so that light bar is awesome. If you remember when I installed my other light bar, I installed some of these SpeedTech light Z3s on the truck as well. I had a topper at that time and I felt I didn't have enough light back here, warning light, so I added these, one on each side. Those are amber, like I said, Z3s. They are TIR. They actually sent me two more of these Z3s. This is supposed to be their updated optics on the TIR. So I guess you're supposed to be a little more punch with these than the ones like I have, the older ones. I would like to get some linear ones, I think, to match my light bar. I think that's might be what I'll do. I might give these to Dad, put them on his truck or something. But I think I'd like to get a set of linear ones. We'll see. Right now, I am going to hook these lights up. I have these on a separate switch. And if you remember back when I got this light bar, they have an auxiliary button on the controller, so where you can add another set of lights or another light. So I'm going to use that to turn these on and off. So I'm going to have one switch. The main switch that controls this is going to control that, and it's going to control this. So it's going to simplify my switches in there. I'm not going to take these off. All I'm going to do is power them with the wire coming off of the light bar that they supply. Okay, so here's the wire that comes off the controller, the auxiliary wire. And I've run that from the controller down and around, down the pillar, down through here, and it is in, or it comes out right here. I gotta finish running this down. I'm gonna run it outside the truck. I gotta run under the cab, and I gotta meet up with the wire that's somewhere around there, I think, that goes to those Z3s. I may have to extend this. It's not very big wire. Actually, it's really small wire. I'm guessing the red one's gonna be the power, and the blue one's gonna be the ground. I'll check that to make sure, but pretty sure that's what it is. Anyway, I'm going to wire that up. I'm not going to show that. It's just boring. It's just boring work trying to fish that through the firewall and down and around, and just simple wiring connections. but I'll show you once I get her all done. Alrighty guys, there we go. I got the one SpeedTech light controller. It runs all my SpeedTech lights. Awesome. Really happy with the whole deal, everything. I kind of thought maybe that 27-inch light bar would be a little big for a pickup, but this truck is so big with the 6-inch lift and 35s. It's such a big truck that light bar fits it really well, I think. Couple tips guys on wiring up your lights. Go get yourself some wiring loom. It's pretty cheap and it just makes the job, makes your wiring job look so much nicer. Also protects the wires a little bit. Highly recommend some loom when you're running wires around your truck. Also get yourself some zip ties so you can tie your wires up or your loom up so it don't fall somewhere and get caught or get chafed or something. Again, makes your wiring job look a lot nicer. Okay, so for wiring connections, I like to use these weatherproof butt connectors. Basically all they are is they're a crimp connector and they have heat shrink on each end. And once you get done crimping your wires, you heat this up and it creates a sealed connection. These are really nice guys. I've used these for quite a long time with no issues ever. I've never had one give me any problem. Hooked up quite a few plows with these and like I said, no issues with them. Highly recommend those. Oh, can't wait to get this thing out and do some plowing and turn my lights on, guys. I'll probably take this out in the dark, let you see what it looks like at nighttime. But in the bright lights in the shop here, you can see it's pretty bright already, but I'll get some night shots for you and we'll end the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I guess I'll see you.